I've been using the Galaxy Z Flip for almost 3 weeks now, and even though I love the incredible new design, I love the build quality, I love a lot of things about the Galaxy Z Flip, there are some few things that I dislike about it. And in this video, we're going to talk about those few things that I dislike about the Galaxy Z Flip, and it's going to be an opportunity for you to decide if you're really going to buy the Galaxy Z Flip or get something better. So without wasting much time, let's get right into the video and find out what are the things I dislike about the Galaxy Z Flip. Stay tuned. The first thing I dislike about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip is the price. This is a very expensive smartphone, and it doesn't have all the top qualities as most smartphones out there. Take example, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. That is a top smartphone, but the price is way more cheaper than the Galaxy Z Flip. The processor on the Galaxy Z Flip is Snapdragon 855 Plus. Meanwhile, the S20 Ultra has 865, which is the top processor right now. Even the RAM, just 8 gigabyte of RAM. Most smartphones out there have 12 gigabyte of RAM. The camera is not enough, just 2 cameras on the back. Most smartphones at this price rate has like 4, 5 cameras. Even the display 1080, it's not the best. So for the price of almost 1400 US dollars, it's not right at all. It's not right. So that's the first thing I dislike about a smartphone. I bought it because one, I'm a YouTuber, and two, because I'm a big fan of flip phones. I was one of the biggest fan of flip phones back in the days. As you can see right here, I even have one classic flip phones right here because I've always been a big fan of flip phones. That's even one reason why I bought it. But if you're somebody who needs a great, better smartphone with all the top qualities, then you should go with something different like the Galaxy S20 Ultra or the Galaxy S20 or the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Those are great smartphones with much cheaper price than the Galaxy Z Flip. The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip is a fingerprint magnet and it's so slippery. I mean, like, the reason is obvious. When we close it, we're holding the device on both sides, and both sides of the device is all glass, the same type of glass, which is so slippery and it's very shiny, especially this mirror purple color. It's so shiny. So like right now, when I started making this video, I cleaned up the device, and if I just touch it once, take off my finger, look at it, just look at. Too much fingerprint on this thing. On both sides is the same thing, just too much fingerprint. And without a case, whenever you're holding it, you're always paranoid. You feel like you're going to drop it at any time. So I advise y'all to pick up the Samsung leather case cover. I pick it up on Samsung website. I did a video about it. I'm going to drop the link in the description below. This case is the best thing about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip, because once you put it on, one, it doesn't take no fingerprint, and two, it's not slippery at all. It gives you very firm grip on the Galaxy Z Flip, and it's very soft, so it's very nice, feels good in the hand. But just the smartphone is so slippery and takes too much fingerprint, and I hate it. Another thing I dislike about a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip is the fact that it has no water or dust resistant. And coming from a smartphone like the Galaxy Note 9, the Galaxy Note 8, which has IP68 water and dust resistant, I was never afraid. I was never paranoid whenever I'm using my smartphone beside a swimming pool or when I'm doing anything with water. I was never afraid. But since I bought the Galaxy Z Flip, I started using it. I'm always worried about the fact that, yeah, this smartphone has no water and dust resistant. In 2020, where all smartphones are having water and dust resistant, and the price of 1400 US dollars, this phone not having a water and dust resistant is really difficult to use, because you gotta be careful all the time when you're doing something with water. If this thing drop in the water, that's all. It's destroyed. It's gone. So the fact that it doesn't have IP rating is something I dislike about it. The very visible screens in the middle of the device is another thing I dislike about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. When I unboxed this device, the screens was little. It was not as much as right now. I mean, after using the device for about 3 weeks, constant open and closing, it has made the screens to increase more. Like right now, you can really feel the gap between, the middle right here. You can feel it really good, especially when you're scrolling through the device. Your finger can really feel the screens in the middle. So that's another thing I dislike about the Galaxy Z Flip. The next thing I dislike about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip is the 21:9 aspect ratio. Most games and videos out there do not support the 21:9 aspect ratio yet. So when you're watching a video like right now, as you can see right here, you have a big gap on the two corners, on both corners. And if you want to zoom in, you realize that it cuts so much on the videos. Like right now, this is a normal video, but if I zoom in, it cuts so much. It's the same thing with games. Most games, the only game I've played on this thing that takes the 21:9 aspect ratio is Asphalt 9. Other games I've been playing on this thing cut either on the top or the bottom, or cut on the top and the bottom at the same time. So you just have the game right in the middle. So the 21:9 aspect ratio is not something that most videos or games have taken into consideration. It's still very difficult to use it on this long 21:9 aspect ratio display. The Galaxy Z Flip has just single speaker on the bottom, just the bottom firing speaker. In the top, there's no speaker on the top. So when you're listening to music, and let's say for example right now I'm listening to this music, and you accidentally block the speaker on the bottom here, no sound is coming out because there's no speaker on the top. It's just one firing speaker. And for the price of $1,400 I expected at least two speakers, so the sound can be coming from the top and the bottom. You have a good stereo sound, but the Galaxy Z Flip has just these bottom speakers, and it doesn't sound that good. My Galaxy Note 9 sounds better than this thing, and the fact that it has just one speaker. So for example, if you're playing game and you accidentally covered the speaker, there'll be no sound coming out. So for the price of $1,400 I expected this device to have two firing speakers. The 1.1 inch screen on the Galaxy Z Flip is another thing I dislike about the device. It's usable. You can do a lot of things with this little screen right here, like receive calls, reject calls, see notifications, control music, but it's too small. I did a video about the things you can do with this little screen. I'll drop the link in the video in the description below. You can check it out. But I just wish Samsung could have made the display a little bit better or a little bit bigger, like that of the Galaxy Fold that has a much bigger display on the back of the device. This is too small. The things you can do on it are too limited, so it means that you have to constantly opening up the device if you want to do like typing, like to receive calls, like a lot of things you want to do, you have to opening up the device. And the last thing I dislike about this device is the battery life. 3,300 milliamps on this big huge display is not good at all. It's really small. In 2020, where a lot of smartphones are coming up with 5,000 milliamps, 3,300 is very small. It doesn't take me a full day. Like days that I watch a lot of videos, used a lot of the camera, taking photos, editing photos on it. It doesn't go up to, maximum is 10 or 11 hours. And the battery runs down. It means I have to put it back on charge. But it doesn't take a full day on a single charge because the battery is so small, 3,300. So for that price of $1,400, I expected the battery to be at least 4,000 milliamps. But yeah, so that's another thing I dislike about this device. So, and that's all about this video. The things I dislike about the Galaxy Z Flip. Don't get me wrong, this is a great device. It has an incredible design. This is the reason why I bought it, this incredible new design. But even though it has an incredible design, I still dislike a lot of things about it. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm loving it, I'm using it, it's my favorite device right now. So, thank you guys for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and please turn on notification for more great videos coming up on Big Field TV. Until then, see you into the next one. Peace.